There's a lot of content out there on how to pick the right target storm, but there's not a lot of content out there on how to navigate safely and effectively around that target storm. What do we mean by navigation? It's how you interact with a storm, what routes you're taking to maneuver around a storm and its hazards, how close you're getting to those hazards, etc. And there are several factors that modulate how you should navigate around a storm. The first is your storm chasing goals. If you're interested in getting photography of the entire storm, if you're looking to get time lapse, or if you're just looking to experience the entire storm structure, then you may want to set up farther back from the storm. If you're out there to see tornadoes, to experience their raw power, or you're just into it for the adrenaline that gives you, then you may want to be a little bit more up close. Every storm chaser is going to have different goals that they want to achieve with their storm chasing, and therefore everybody's going to have different areas relative to the storm where they feel the most comfortable and where they feel is going to be the most effective for achieving those goals. This goes hand in hand with your comfort and skill level. All storm chasers, no matter your storm chasing goals, whether you want to get close, whether you want to stay farther away, all storm chasers need to have good knowledge of things like storm features, storm processes, how to read radar, mesoanalysis, etc. But if you're going to get up close to tornadoes, you need to have an especially good understanding of these things, particularly storm features and processes. This is not going to tell you to never get close. We're going to teach you how to do so safely, but you are responsible for your own actions out there, and you need to have a good understanding of your own skill level and your comfort level. If you're a newer chaser, maybe you haven't really chased before at all, or you don't have a great understanding of things like storm processes and storm features, then maybe getting super close is not the best idea right off the bat until you're more experienced. And if you find yourself in a dicey situation out in the field that you're not completely comfortable with, it's always okay to back out and stay farther back. There will always be more storms and tornadoes. One storm getting one spectacular photograph or video is not worth your life.
The Chaser Academy is the best deal in storm chasing. Click the join button below this video and find out why.
Another major factor is the type of storm that you're chasing and the environment that it's in. The way you interact with a high precipitation supercell is oftentimes going to be a lot different than the way you interact with a low precipitation supercell. Different types of storms have different ways that you are best going to be able to interact with their hazards. So that should be a significant factor in your decision making during the navigation process when chasing. Also, the environment that the storm is in. Is it an environment that may favor strong to violent tornadoes? You might want to back off a little bit in those cases. Stuff like that. Also, where you are has a big impact on how you should navigate. What's the road network where you're chasing? Does it have gridded roads? Does it have just a few roads here and there of questionable quality? Is the terrain hilly? Does it have a lot of trees, or is it more wide open? And the traffic on the roads. Is chaser convergence high around your storm? Are you in or near a major metro area? These are all very critical factors in navigation for storm chasing. So what are the must-haves for effective navigation? As we talked about just a minute ago, you need to have a good knowledge of severe storms meteorology, storm processes and behaviors, etc. Things like what different storm features mean, how to read radar, mesoanalysis data, etc. You need to have a well-rounded knowledge of all of these things if you're going to chase in any capacity, whether you like to get up close or you like to stay farther away. A well-rounded knowledge of severe storms meteorology is critical for effective storm chasing. You need a good, reliable vehicle. You shouldn't be out there in a car that you're not sure if it's going to be able to get you home that night. The last thing you want is the check engine light to come on when you're right in front of a beastly supercell. You need to have good tires. If you're navigating in and around a storm, you're going to encounter some hostile conditions, some rain, maybe some hail. You might be on some more questionable back roads. So if your car's tires are bald, that's not a great idea for storm chasing. You don't need a four-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive vehicle. I chased in a 2013 Honda Civic for over a decade, and it served me really well. You just need a good, reliable car that's going to get you from point A to point B effectively and safely. Will a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive vehicle help you out if you're on some of those dirt back roads that may have been exposed to a little bit of rain? Sure, but that's going to be a fairly low percentage of the roads you're traveling on when storm chasing, and maybe you're someone who doesn't like to travel on dirt roads. That's totally fine as well. In that case, and really in most cases in storm chasing, a normal vehicle doesn't have to be four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, is totally fine. You just need a good, reliable car that's going to safely and effectively allow you to navigate in the hostile conditions that storm chasing presents. And finally, you need good navigational tools. We're going to have a full episode on all of those tools, things like Google Maps, paper maps, etc., the pros and cons of each. Whichever ones you choose, you need to have good navigational tools that you can use at all times, and it's often good to have more than one navigational tool. There are so many apps out there that have maps that will help you in that regard when you're storm chasing. It's always good to have multiple sources of navigational information when you're out in the field.
Remember to check out those links in the description below, and then watch another video.